Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Latifah As-salamah. I will tell you about three topics. The first is season, the second is market, the third is boarding school. Okay, the first I will tell you about the seasons. The season is one of the major divisions of the year, usually based on what climate forms. Usually, one year is divided into 4 seasons, namely spring, summer, autumn, and winter. However, in Indonesia, because it is located in the tropics, it is only divided into 2 seasons, namely is dry season and rainy season. Okay, winter is the coldest time on earth. The second is autumn for plants to be planted and trees shed their leaves. And the third is spring. Spring occurs after winter when plants bloom again because it's called the flower seasons. Spring makes daytime longer than night. The fourth is summer. Summer can occur at different times depending on where the country in this season. The weather is quite hot. The fifth is rainy season. It's a season characterized by increased rainfall in an area compared to usual in a certain period of time. And the sixth is dry season. It's a very hot season with a long period of time. Okay, the next I will tell you about the market. Market is have two choice. The first is traditional market and modern market. The first, a traditional market in Indonesia is very unique. They're selling so much food and other things. You can find anything there, like vegetables, fish, meat, and even a squid. This traditional market usually open very early, between 5 until 6 p.m. Traditional markets are where sellers and buyers meet and accompany to transaction between the two. In the traditional market, sellers and buyers can trade directly to bargaining activities. The price offered in the traditional market are usually more affordable and lower than in the modern market. However, due to lack of stringent safeguards, make the market seem daunting, especially for those living with economic level above the standard. The place is dirty, smelly, wet, damp, make people a bit difficult to make the traditional market as the choice of shopping. However, do not because from the many modern markets are emerging, the traditional market was forgotten even become a modern market. Traditional market can be used as place of historic and is a keepsake in the future due to increasing scarcity of traditional markets to survive in those days. Even the modern market has a meaning similar to traditional markets in terms of its function, but the difference is the atmosphere, environment, price, and process. In the modern market, between sellers and buyers are not linked directly. Prices were higher, even to very much compared to the traditional market. Buyers shop by looking at the price list provided or without price tag or barcodes and cannot be a bargain between them. Modern market has a wonderful atmosphere with a neat arrangement of architecture, cool, clean, marble floors, and others. In the modern market, also known as payment using credit cards or cash card, which in traditional markets cannot be found. Nowadays, it is not more difficult to find modern markets, particularly in urban areas, because with the growing era of modernization, stood many modern markets with a variety of forms and the uniqueness of each. Okay, topic 3 is a boarding school. I will tell you about boarding school. Boarding school is very famous in Indonesia. Students attend regular education from morning to afternoon at school, then continue with religious education or special values education at night. For 24 hours, the students are under the education and supervision of the supervising teachers. Boarding school is not something new in the context of education in Indonesia, because for a long time educational institutions in Indonesia have present the concept of boarding school education that adopts Islamic boarding school. The presence of boarding school has provided an alternative education for parents who want to send their children to school, along with the rapidity of modernity, where parents are not only working husbands but also working wives, so that children are no longer well controlled. Then boarding school is the best place to entrust their children. Good food, health, safety, social, and most importantly is a perfect education. But it is also undeniable that there are negative factors why parents choose boarding school, which is a family that is not harmonious and extreme because they are unwilling or unable to educate their children at home. Boarding schools are not enough just to provide academic facilities and adequate overnight facilities for students, but also provide teachers who replace the role of parents in the formation of character and character. The closeness between students and teachers in boarding schools created by adequate meeting intensity will facilitate the process of knowledge transfer from educators to students. Proximity will change the position of the teacher in the eyes of the student. Okay guys, thank you. That's all my telling about three topics: season, market, and boarding school. I'm so sorry about mistake. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much.